The crypto market overall has really taken a hit this week, with Bitcoin being down at 66K. That's down almost 5% for the week, and Ethereum being down about 4%. Despite all that, there has been some really cool news that we're going to talk about in this video. We're also going to talk about some opportunities during this dip, specifically in this video focusing on Runes. Runes is tradable tokens on Bitcoin. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some memes particularly. There's of course protocol tokens, there's governance, there's all kinds of reasons, utility tokens, but for this video, it's again going to be focused on memes. Before we dive into that, I do want to talk about some of the cool things that has happened this week, particularly focusing on a gold-backed stablecoin. Again, this will be the last thing we talk about before diving into the runes, of which, by the way, are highly speculative and can absolutely go to zero. But we're also going to talk about things that could also 20x. Who knows where the market's going to go? But this gold-based stablecoin is called Alloy. It's going to be AUSDT, and I think it's a really cool concept. Essentially, they are using gold to collateralize to back the stablecoin. So in other words, it's literally going to be backed by gold. So in comparison with USDT, which is the Tether, or let's say USDC, which is Coinbase's stablecoin, they claim to have proof of reserve in banks. So instead of having the bank as the collateralized asset, this will actually allow digital assets to be aimed and pinned to gold. Going one step further, you can look at their thread right here. The aim basically is to provide long-term holders the opportunity to maintain exposure to gold while parallel obtaining dollar reference tethered assets for payments and day-to-day economy. You can even take it one step further and use it for broader backing mechanics, like potentially including yield-bearing products. So this is going to be really cool. Really excited to see what comes out of this. And I just had to talk about that because while it might not be talked about a lot right now, I feel like in the near future, a lot of people are going to be talking about it. With all that being said, I want to bring attention to Cali Crypto. He's also another YouTuber. He also makes really good Twitter posts. He did top tier runes that will 25x, not in any particular order. Out of this list, I'm going to use a few and I'm going to look at them and break them down. I'm not going to use the entire list, but his list is really good. I recommend going to check it out, and I recommend checking out his channel. His number one is Dog Go to the Moon, but I'm going to go back to that one because I do want to highlight this brand new one, Billy, or Billy Dollar Cat. In the past 24 hours, Billy did over $1 million in volume while the entire market is suffering. Probably the coolest ticker that will drive the value. I think Billy is personally really cool. Again, I want to take a look at it. So this is Billy's Twitter account. It's literally Billion Dollar Cat, and their website's really cool too. Basically, it's a meme. It's Bitcoin flipped over that looks like a cat. It's very, very simple. It's very, very original. If you scroll down, I've already put my PFP on Twitter in it, which if you're not following me on Twitter, it's chriscoffeebusiness. You can literally just click, and these are based off of other projects, and you just be able to animate it, make your PFP, you know, kind of fit the narrative, and then you generate it, and you can save that. While that might be small, I've always been a fan of incorporating tokens into your PFPs because this just adds more advertisement and social capital for the token. You saw the MOG do really well on ETH. It's currently at a $300 million market cap. I have been DCAing MOG during this dip. You see other things that kind of can incorporate into your PFP do well. So it just makes sense having something that all ordinals enjoyers have on their PFP, just being able to add value to that. If you look at the chart right here, which by the way, Magic Eden did incorporate their charts. You have simple and you have trading view. But for this, we'll just look at the simple. This has absolutely been ripping. And of course, it's always a little hard for me to be like, yo, this looks good when it's ripping. But still, at the end of the day, it's at a $55 million market cap. And by the way, I own zero of this. I probably will increase my exposure a little bit at a time. I might just kind of keep on watching it for the next few days. But all in all, I actually own no $billion cat. I just completely watched from the sidelines. It's been cooking. It's been doing great. And I probably will end up scooping some because I do really believe in it, that this could do really well. I'm going to move on to, we'll go back for a second of Dog Go to the Moon. Dog Go to the Moon continues just to be the top meme coin on Bitcoin, led by Leonidas, but also just a community token. It's currently sitting at a $700 million market cap. It just seems to be the leader in all these memes that we're going to talk about. Currently sitting at 10.47 sats. I was talking about this before it was even airdropped. I actually DCA'd down when it got to 3.5, and it has been performing astronomically well. And I did just recently read that 90% of price action is actually happening off chain, which is very interesting. So a lot of these exchanges that got it are doing a lot of the transactions, and it hasn't even been listed on the biggest exchanges yet. We're still waiting for, you know, Binance, Coinbase, all those things for runes. So we'll just see what it could possibly do when it gets even those S tier exchanges. One of my favorite content creators around this is Vincent, our Crypto Revolution. He has his own YouTube channel. He has 17,000 subscribers, and he constantly makes videos on Dog. I really recommend checking him out. Basically, he's talking about if Dog gets anywhere close to like Doge type levels at a 20 $20 billion market cap. The airdrop that you got originally, if you were just holding a runestone, was 889,806 dog. This would equal up to $177,000 if dog were to get to a $20 billion market cap. That's nearly a 20x from here. If you did stack on dog and you really just want to go all in, you want to buy 5 million dog right now, it could, if it were to hit $20 billion market cap, that would actually be $1 million. He had a whole video dedicated to this breakdown. With all that being said, we're going to move on to one of the next ones on the list. There's quite a few. There's Sako Monster, and as Callie puts it, this is a low cap meme, super risky, potentially high rewards, one of the best memes, which makes it very undervalued. I have to agree. I think Sako Monster is a really good one. This is another one that I actually do not own any of it, but it's only at a $2 million market cap. You take that and compare it with anything that we just talked about. Like again, dog was at a $700 million market cap. I mean, it just, you start figuring out some ridiculous numbers. So that's something very interesting to keep in mind. Again, only 37.17 BTC. I will probably DCA into Sako Hamster just because I do think that it's a good meme. I think it's got a strong community behind it. I think the right people and the right influencers are talking about it. So it's just something I have my eye on. Now, this obviously being such a low market cap, while we always say that any of this could go to zero, it's a lot more likely for something with a $2 million market cap to go to zero than something with a $700 million market cap. Keep that in mind. If you hit the buy button, it is your decision. This is not financial advice. You could wake up tomorrow and it be gone. You won't even, well, it'll still be a Rune, but there could be no liquidity there. It could be essentially rug pulled in its own kind of way. Not just Sako Monster, but literally anything anything out there. This is a highly speculative market. Again, we're talking about memes in this video, while Callie in this thread was just talking about just their top tier runes list, L25X. He also put in their Rune coin, which is RSIC. I really agree with that. I've made videos on that. Decentralized or Rune number 2, all of those. I want to focus on the memes. This one's kind of in between a meme, but it's a politify as the Donald Trump. I mean, it goes without saying what this is. This is based off of Donald Trump. Basically, just the stronger he is during the election process, the more people put money in and speculate. It's almost like betting on a president. I'm not a very political person. I'm just here for the speculation and trades. I do remember this got to like a ridiculous market cap. I don't remember exactly what it was. I probably would say on the chart, but right now it's currently sitting at a $7 million market cap. Very reasonable. We'll just kind of see how this goes as time goes on. The final two that I like to talk about, one's on this list and the other one's actually not even on this list. One of them is Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't know if you consider this a meme, but this is Rune number 6 and it's Satoshi Nakamoto. It was number 6. They spent they spent thousands of dollars being able to get to Rune number 6. It just makes sense that it's going to work out, but we'll definitely see if the whole top 10, top 20, top 100 runes holds. I think it will. It did in ordinals, but it didn't in BRC20s. That's a big debate. We're not going to talk about that in this video, but Satoshi Nakamoto makes sense. And last but not least, that's not on this list, it's one of my favorites, is called Hooked on Runeys. I liked Hooked on Runeys a lot. It's only a $500,000 market cap. Out of all the things we talked about, this is the most speculative, the one most likely to go to zero because it's only at a $600,000 market cap. I think the guy that runs it is really funny. He's in a lot of spaces, and the whole concept behind it is Hooked on Runeys to fix those poor pains. This is another one I do not own. I probably will try to just get a little bit of exposure. This is definitely one of those things that like I'm expecting it to go to zero, but if it does 2x, 10x, 20x, I'll be super happy about that. I really like this meme. There's no volume right now as far as like in the recent one day. There's been 11 trades during the past day. There's no pending right now. So all in all, volume's been really slow. Now if we change that to 7-day volume, of course, it look a little better. It was actually at a $1 million market cap just last week. So this is just the highest risk, highest reward that we've talked about. All in all, I still am a big believer in runes. I think they made a really good comeback. They went from a part where everybody was thinking they were dead to where dog just ripped to a $700 million market cap from like a $250 million market cap, and that kind of trickled down to a lot of other things. I'm super bullish on runes. If you like runes content, I make it all the time. Let me know down below by giving this video a like, giving it a share, leaving a comment down below, maybe a ticker that I missed. I also make videos on Base. I'm thinking about make videos on Solana. If any of those are kind of your cup of tea and not so much runes, also let me know that down below just so I can know exactly kind of where to shift my focus. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.